Okay, we're not going to panic, but we have hit a little bit of a wobble. But trust me, it looks worse than it really is. And welcome back once again, one and all, to Bottom to the Top. It's episode number 124. I am Mr. Cellophane. I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. So after we lost 2 of 3 in the last episode to Braga and Sporting, 2 teams that we were trailing in the table, we bounced back a little bit in the Allianz Cup with a 3-1 victory over Lank. But we followed that up with a road stinker, losing 4-1 to Boa Vista. It's the first time we've given up more than 2 goals in our tenure here at Portugal. So the reason why I say it looks worse than it is, so we are in 7th place on 21 points after 12 matches. We have only lost 3 matches in our entire time in Portugal. That is 17 league matches plus 3 in the Champions League and a handful in various cup competitions. So generally, we are doing very well. We've won over 70% of our matches. Unfortunately, the 3 that we lost were in the league, so they count against us in the standings. We still have the 3rd best goal difference in the Liga Portugal, and moving forward from here, at least for the next little while, our league schedule is going to be a little bit more forgiving. We've got Viseu currently in 6th place, right ahead of us. Famalicão, okay, they're in 4th, but then all of the teams at the bottom of the table that we haven't played yet, they're coming up. Estrela Amadora in 16th, Santa Clara in 17th, and winless Moreirense. We've got all of them on the way. So hopefully we will get the ship righted. Going a long way to make that happen would be a road victory at the Johan Cruyff in the Champions League. And we're taking on an Ajax team that is very much in the same boat that we are. Predicted to come in first in the Eredivisie. They find themselves currently in 5th place. They have not enjoyed the same success in the Champions League that we have, winning all 3 of our first 3 matches. Vitek's going to be in goal. A back 4 of Sandro, Catal, Martinez, and Cunha. Martins and Aiklin in the midfield with Zungu and Akar on the wings. Perez and Armando will be our strike duo. And this isn't necessarily something I'm complaining about, but it is getting a little difficult in making the decisions as to who will be playing at striker, because all 4 of our players in rotation, I guess is the best way to put it, they are all contributing at about the same level. 4, 5, 6, 7 goals apiece. Those 7 goals belong to Perez, though, which is one of the reasons why he is starting in this match. He has been very, very good over the last couple of weeks. Amar Balarbi gets over his man. Was that Cunha? I mean, he was tightly marked in the box, but that cross just floated in by Velez. Yeah, Balarbi, Cunha, just Balarbi getting better position on that one. And Ajax at home, on their first shot of the match, takes a 1-0 lead. Now, we are already on 12 points, so we've won, our first 4 Champions League matches. That might even be good enough to get us straight through, not to the round of 16 necessarily, if that were to change in any way. But that might just get us into the knockout rounds. So all in all, a fairly successful Champions League so far, but we find ourselves down 2-0 here against an Ajax team that decided they wanted to come play. Pedro Palo picking up the goal to make it a 2-goal lead. And it's one of those things where, and again, I'm going to draw the parallel to Arsenal, because it feels like we play one way, and then I hit record, you and I start talking, and everything I talk about, oh, we're in great form, we scored all of these goals, look at our goal difference, chance to win or to go unbeaten in 20 in a row, and then next thing you know, we are crapping the bed, and we're enjoying possession here in the midfield. I'm just waiting for us to turn it over like we just did, and for the counterattack to start, and Ajax missing a perfect opportunity to take a 3-0 lead. Once again, with them in control. Kristic trying to pick out Berlabi? Anyway, Cunha got in the way, headed it forward. Armando with it. He's got help in the middle, dropping it for Acklin, who has been so very good from distance until, again, I try to show you on camera what's happening. Still in control, though. 37 minutes and change have passed. Acklin with it once again, feeding it wide for Akar. Akar back for Acklin, carrying it deep, has it knocked away by Pio and played in on Nowitzki, who will just grab it and look to send it in the other direction. So the XG is basically the same on both sides. We just find ourselves on the wrong end of this score, but what a set piece. Akar sending it forward. Martinez with his third goal of the year. Sebastian Martinez getting in an advanced position on the set piece. It drops right at his feet. Nothing Nowitzki could do about that. And it is now 2-1. So Porto is starting to show some life here late in this first half after 45 minutes. Amar Balarbi and Pedro Paulo with goals for Ajax. Sebastian Martinez getting one back. Let's see what we have left to offer. Now, we might need to make a change with Armando because he's feeling a little anxious out there. We don't like an anxious player. Hopefully, we don't give up another goal, which will just add to the anxiety. Ball turned over. Sandro in control, playing it back for Katau, ahead for Martins. Throwing it forward. There's Armando. He's behind everybody. Armando's in. He'll shoot, and he will score. Whatever anxiety he was feeling in the locker room, it took him 3 minutes to shrug that off because Armando picking up his 5th goal of the season. And this match is now all of a sudden tied at 2. I was a little nervous. I've seen plays like this, and I think Armando may have been the one involved in the matches that we were playing before we got here, where it was a very similar situation. Getting the ball in one-on-one would have taken a simple shot and just gets blasted to kingdom come. So we will shout out additional encouragement to our team. Taylor with a corner kick for Ajax and Ignacio Valdez. He has an assist, and now he has a goal. His first of the year. This one coming on a set piece. Set piece defense is something we have been very, very good at this year until we get to this point. Can we get one back immediately, though? In the ensuing kickoff, Katau will play it ahead. Acklin's got it, splitting the defense with a pass. He's got Armando. Armando will switch places with Akar. Armando up the right wing. Acklin fed it forward. Akar bangs it off the goalkeeper Nowitzki for his 8th goal of the year, unless he was offsides, which is a distinct possibility. I think he may have just snuck in past the defense, but I love being wrong. Actually, I don't love being wrong, unless this is the case. If I think somebody is offside on my team and will have a goal disallowed, being wrong there, I am very happy to be wrong in that situation. Generally speaking, no, not so much. So we are back even at 3, but another corner from Taylor. This one, far post. Doesn't matter. Ignacio Valdez is in that position, and that's his 2nd corner header goal of the match. And it is back and forth. Did that ricochet in off of our player? I think it might have. Daniel Zungu not really having a good match here, and honestly, it's been something that's been happening more often than I would like to admit. Alex Van Riel, who has been playing incredibly well, will take his place. Perez not doing so hot, so Alejandro Pintos will come on. Pintos with 6 or 7 goals this season. So let's demand more from our team. I don't want to take Acklin out, but he is getting a little bit tired, as is Sebastian Martinez. We are already on the front foot as far as a more attacking mentality. We can go very attacking. And we will even go to our 4-2-3-1, which does seem to be a pretty good formation for us, although did not work out this time. We've gotten goals from it before when we switched to it late in matches. Today it was not to be. We dominated possession, 57%, same number of shots, but we fell victim to goals on back-to-back corner opportunities. In fact, 3 goals scored by both teams in the span of 5 minutes. Ignacio Valdez, unfortunately, he was the outside of that little goal sandwich. So making an executive decision, we are going to bag the match against Barcelona. They're currently sitting at the top of the Champions League. They've already qualified through to the knockouts. For us, it's almost a foregone conclusion. What is not is actually getting back to the Champions League next year, which has to be our aim. So we are going to focus on Portugal, which means we're going to rotate our squad a little bit in Europe so we can put our best foot forward domestically. We're taking on Viso. A couple of changes to be made. Sean Smith is going to come in at left back. Alex Van Riel is going to get the start on left wing. Pintos will start next to Cesar Ramos as our striking pair, and Felipe Lopez will slot in, and we're going to give Acklin a rest, and Cesar Ventura will be in the midfield on the right-hand side for us next to Martins. And hopefully this is going to be exactly what we needed. As soon as I open my mouth, highlight for the opposition. Stanley with a shot. Save made. Smith clears it. Not far enough. Tavares moving it to his right. Stanley coming in, and Harrison Stanley scoring his first goal of the season. This is the problem that I have. And I know this is superstitious, and I know it's silly, but I am obviously not the only one who thinks this way. And if you follow us on the Twitch stream, then you know we've talked about this ad infinitum. But it always seems like when I say things positive, it's as if Football Manager can hear me, and the game is like, ha ha ha, you think it's going to be this way, but I will show you. And it seems like we do that. Now, what makes it difficult is that in doing a series such as this, I need to put my commentator's hat on and say things like we have a chance at 20 in a row, for example. Or all we need is to not give up a goal. Wouldn't it be great if we don't turn the ball over here? I have to be able to say those things in order to be entertaining for you and to make it interesting for me. Otherwise, I'm just some schnook playing Football Manager a lot. So how do I do my job as a content creator while still not having Football Manager do what it likes to do, which is screw me over? Put your comments down below. Let me know how you think I can do it. But literally, like I just talk about, oh, we've been in good shape, we're playing well, and then we get 4 dumped on us. It just happened with Ajax. Talking about how Ajax was not in a good position. We were in good form. We had won 3 in a row. Ajax was underperforming, and then all of a sudden, although that was a nice play, Asa to Ramos to Pintos, 2 square passes, and a goal to bring Porto back level at 1. So maybe if I just find ways to distract myself and talk about other things, than actually commentating about what is happening in the game or giving a prediction of what will happen based on the run of play. Like, I can't talk about match momentum without it maybe turning the other way. Now, if we do, see, I was about to do, forgive me if that was super loud. I was about to do it again. I was about to say, well, see, now I'm still going to say it. I was about to say that if we were to manage to pull out a win here, we would move up in the 4th place. Now watch us give us a goal on the counterattack. Hopefully that doesn't happen here. Lopez in control. Martins in the midfield, back for Cattell. Across for Smith, up the left side. Little hesitation move before he pushes it deeper. Smith has men in the middle, but loses it. And here is that aforementioned counterattack. Although the ball thrown forward, Cattell is the only player in the neighborhood. Martins ahead for Pintos. Has 2 men on him. Nice switch of play over for Akar. What a feed through to Ramos, but his shot cannot get past Neshere. Neshere with a big save, knocking it behind for the corner kick, which Acer will deliver. Smith gets his head on it, but he can't get over it, and it will rocket over the crossbar. Neshere to send it long. Looking for Roberts. Cattell trying to find Pintos. Akar ends up with it. Played forward. Ramos taking it behind the defense. Ramos launching it from 21. And that is just a little bit too much power for what we needed to do. Asar in the corner. Smith, header on and over. We are sniffing around the goal at this point. And I think the game can feel that I am getting my hopes up. I think it can feel that there's that edge in my voice, just knowing that we are moments away from doing something fantastic. Van Riel cross, Goshke Akar, his team leading 9th goal of the season. They're going to check to see if he was offside. I do not believe that he was. He was not. Van Riel off of the throw-in. Far post cross finds Akar for number 9 to put Porto back up 2-1 with just under 30 minutes remaining in this match. Look, there we are. We are currently in 4th place. See, things are getting better. Now the teams ahead of us all have a game in hand. Smith with another throw-in. Can we make it 3? Smith into the middle. Barreto pushes Pintos to the ground. A penalty has been called. VAR, of course, is going to do their little check, but it was pretty obvious. You saw his arms extended. Wait, what? They waved off that penalty. I got a little too overconfident saying, no, his hand, you could see the arms. Akar up the near sideline, cut off, but still in possession. Finds Ventura. Ventura with space. Nice through ball to Akar across for Ramos. He will poke it past the goalkeeper for his 8th goal of the year, assuming that he was not offside. And that is what VAR is checking right now. And it will be a good goal. There's 3 on the board for Porto. Coming into this match, this team in Viseu, even though they are newly promoted from the 2nd tier, was actually ahead of us on the table, sitting in 5th place when we came into this match. So maybe we are starting to turn a few things around. Van Riel not having... he's actually having a decent game once he got that assist under his belt. Smith will come out. Sandro will play there. We were giving Sandro a little bit of a break. We really do need a little bit more depth on the left back position, because both players have picked up little niggling injuries, maybe have an issue here or there where they can't, not that they can't see out games, but they really do start to lag behind in the energy department. 4 minutes have been added on. Free kick for Porto. Pintos playing ahead. Ramos will catch up to it. Ramos in, but he fails to get the shot off. Neshere gathers up the loose ball, playing it forward. It's going to find its way to Akar. He'll leave it for Cunha. Switches it into the middle. Pintos, though, can't get his head on it. Here comes Viso the other way. Riquet along the far sideline, chipping it into the middle, looking for Jenny. Cleared away. Sandro clearing it off of the entry from De Rijk. Ventura ahead for Ramos. 3-on-2 developing, make it 4-on-3. Ramos getting it back. Ramos shooting and just poking it wide. Not the best effort from Cesar Ramos, in my opinion. But you know what? A 3-1 victory is a 3-1 victory, and we will always take a 3-1 victory. We have moved ahead of Famalicão, who is our next opponent on the table. We did drop down to 5th because Sporting Firenze happened to win their match as well. So they sit on 26 points. Sporting on 27. We are just 3 points behind Sporting. Now, of course, they also have a game in hand on us. We remain 8 points off of the top of the table behind Sporting Braga. If Benfica wins, it will be 9. So we have to do everything that we can do moving forward to get as many points in the league as humanly possible. Hopefully we can get on that road to getting those victories we need against Famalicão, Estrela Amadora, and Moreirense. We've also got the 5th round of the Portuguese Cup against Sporting Covilhã. That's all going to happen off camera. We're going to come back for the month of January. Mid-January to be exact. We've got home matches against newly promoted Santa Clara down near the bottom of the table, and a team at the top of the table. It's yet another O Clásico derby against Benfica. This time at home. We hope to see you then. That's all coming up tomorrow. Thank you very much for joining me. Make sure you like and subscribe and come back now. You hear? I'll see you then. Till then, bye-bye.